Hopefully it'll turn on. I see the little loading dock on there. Hopefully. Okay, I think we're good. Okay. I'll say hopefully we're on. You guys are doing good. Just kind of testing angles and all that stuff. Got my shirt. All right, so hi guys, welcome to All Tears Patreon Q&A. It's April, so we're doing some poetry month things, readings, writings, etc. And of course, you can ask me any questions anytime. So I am just gonna let people know that we're on. Trying to look happy. Everybody's safe with the crazy weather. I know it's hit several states, not just Missouri. Okay. Gonna tell people we're online. I know I can't trust the counter. Socks is down on my feet. I feel goofy doing this, but it's the best way to get to people directly. Okay. Let's see. Just telling people that said they might try to get on that we're on. Of course, any of our 30 patrons are welcome. I know I kind of flipped it. I do Shining Stars first sometimes, but this was the regular one, so I was trying to plan accordingly. Oops. Oh, I think I put too much lotion on. But that's okay. Let's see. I think that's the main peeps. But again, we will see who wants to get on. All that jazz. I'll leave my phone by me. It's also, I did take pictures of some stuff as well. Get Danny boy. I hate doing it like this. It's being slow though too. I feel so like rude and unprofessional, but I'm not texting, I promise. Oh my goodness gracious. Sorry. Oh, I see we have one friend on. If you can put in the comment chat who you are, that would be Epic Sauce instead of Awesome Sauce. Okay, there we go. Okay, we'll start with that. Hope everybody, like I said, is doing good. They're safe from the storm. Hi, Alicia. How are you? Hard to believe the con was not last weekend, but the weekend before that. It's like it just felt like it just happened, so it's kind of crazy. I'm still slowly like trying to figure out where to put some of my new swag. I got most of it situated. I'm getting to that point where I'm just like, I don't have room anymore. Hey, Joe. Sup to you, my friend. Hope you're doing good. Hope the kitties are doing well. And the missus, of course. Hi, Mommy. Hope you're feeling okay. You know, just like a lot of people, I guess, with the weather coming have had like weird weather pains and stuff like that. I've heard from a lot of people. So hope everybody's doing good, staying safe, of course. I know one of my friends, they evacuated him because it was hailing and stuff. And she'd say, "Oh, free of her cats." Yes, get away. Yes, I like that phrasing. Definitely. Which I think isn't. I don't think my next con is to Heroes for Kids in July, to be honest, because I'm not doing Anime St. Louis. Nothing against Anime St. Louis. I went there 3 or 4 times. Really enjoyed it. But it's almost too big for me, and everything. And like, depends on the celebrities too, who's going to be there, or the guest. My bad. But a lot of my friends love it, and that's great. And I hope they have fun. Yeah, I go to Fanboy Expo. Go figure. But there's just something about Southern Tennessee hospitality that's really fantastic about Fanboy Expo. So that's like my big splurge one that I go to. That Lonnie and Jessica recommended to Alicia and myself. We've gone 2 years, and Sarah and Julie are going with us this year. So yay! We're really excited. They're getting a slew of guests. They're the 2nd week in August, I believe. Hi, Sarah. We were just talking. Hi, Lacey. Sarah, we were just talking about Fanboy. Oh, Joe, Fanboy's fantastic. So it's. I don't remember if you remember Wizard World back like almost a decade ago now, where they get like the really big celebrities, like Power Rangers and David Tennant, and I know Jason Momoa was there at the last one. And I mean, obviously you got to pay for the prices, but it was a traveling con, or they went to all over the country, and Fanboy's got 4 locations. But I've heard a lot of mixed things about Wizarding World, especially from vendors, but also just nothing with a few things with the guests. But normally it's just how it wasn't ran very well, and it's very expensive, which duh. I mean, they're big names and everything. But Fanboy, yes, it's pricey, but you're getting what you paid for. Everyone's super nice. The setup's great. They take their precautions seriously, which is good, but I don't feel stressed out with their precautions, which was another reason with Anime St. Louis, even before COVID. And I get security reasons, St. Louis, not to be disrespectful, it's a bigger city. But their restrictions on everything would stress me out. And the police officers obviously did not want to be there. I would do my darndest to be polite, and I could just tell. So it I don't know. That's not a fun way. And you can't like, if you leave even just real quick, you have to go through all the checks again. And Fanboy, yes, they do that too. But I only had an issue, I think, with one security person. Everybody else is just super friendly, and they want to get you done. They of course do their job, and they want to get you done. You're nice to them, they're nice back. So again, Southern hospitality, it's run really well. So I highly recommend, if you got to do a big expo, I would do Fanboy. The closest one is in Knoxville. It's great. And it has everything from Disney to classic actors to artists, like comic book artists, animation artists, and of course anime. It does have some anime. So it's got a lot of everything. So if you go to just type in Fanboy Expo 2022 Knoxville, then it'll pull up everything. And again, it's a little pricey, but you definitely get what you pay for, and get the VIP, at least the silver like we do, so you can get line cutting, because if you don't, you're going to regret it. Oh, Joe, I didn't know that. Yeah, like, I'm not being disrespectful. Like, I've heard mixed things about Wizard World, so that's awesome. Good for you. And I hope from a vendor standpoint or a volunteer standpoint, it's really awesome and everything. I just know I've had some friends have instances, but it could be just certain situations and stuff. So, but I'm really happy if you enjoy that. So that's awesome. So yeah, we're having a good time. But Fanboy Expo is really fun. Enjoyed that. Try to think. I'm really looking forward to meeting Keith David. He'll be great. And to the actresses from Encanto, because my students, I always try to get an autograph or two to put on our wall in the library. And, we got like the voice of Mickey Mouse, and we got the whole cast, the main cast of Miraculous Ladybug, and Superman and Batman, Lonnie and Dennis, of course. That every day I have to convince my kids, no, that's really them. So, Although one of my kids has found out, another one of my students, guys, has found out my secret identity. So I'm doing air quotes. I was checking Facebook real quick while my kids were transitioning from restroom break before I did independent work, or not independent work, one-on-one work with one of my little boys I've had for like 2 years now, almost 3 years now. And he's so sneaky, like he'll come, not sneaky mean, but he's just quiet. So I was checking my Facebook real quick for a Kickstarter thing to make sure I was getting some kind of email process right after it ended. And he saw my corner picture and he went, I was like, what? He goes, that's you dressed up as the Pink Power Ranger. And then he just thought, he goes, but wait. And he looks at me and he's like, or are you the Pink Power Ranger? He's 8. I have a young man I've known for about 4 years now at my school. He's 11 now, 10 or 11. And he swears I'm Kimberly. And I've told him for years I'm not. But he's just like, you look just like her. I know you are. And I finally just go, fine. Let's see what happens. So I bent down and I whispered, I said, don't tell anyone my secret. And for about a year and a half now, he has not said a word as far as I know. Like, I know at the house he lives at the facility, he hasn't, because people are like, so-and-so said you have a secret and we want to know it, but he won't say. And he'll stop in the hallway and just kind of stare at me and then he'll wave. But now another one of the kids know my secret. So I'm like, well, okay. They're like, why don't you come to school like that? I said, there's no danger. I can't morph unless there's danger. I really hope he's not going to cause trouble. I'll just somehow morph. But, oh, it's so cute. Yeah. So I try to be honest, guys. Like, I feel their imagination. Like, I always have to settle the Santa Claus debate. And I was like, Santa's real. They're like, what? I said, if you believe, then Santa's real. I believe Santa's real. So, and I was like, and if so-and-so wants to believe, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine too. That's my philosophy. So they wouldn't believe I'm the Pink Power Ranger. Who might have stopped them unless Amy Jo Johnson comes hunts me down. But that would be a wonderful way to go. I can't wait to meet her one day. Like, oh my gosh. If Cape or any of the cons, local cons that I can drive to, get Amy Jo Johnson, I'm sure I will cry and faint with happiness. I mean, I hyperventilated after meeting Jason David Franklin. I waited till I was out of his sight. But, oh, that was amazing. I was just looking at a picture together when I was cleaning, because I have to add my Mike McFarlane autograph and my Lindsay Siddell autograph that I got 2 weeks ago at Cape Anime Con. I already have 2 Johnny autographs, but he gave me another one. I'm glad he's taken some time for him and his family after what happened. Bless him for coming to join us. So Johnny Young Bosch, he's a name with anime, Power Rangers. So just if you believe in sending warm thoughts to his family, I'm sure that'd be appreciated. Hey, Sammy, how are you? You keep bugging Miles, he gives you that choker, okay? Because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to see Sam, so I'll give it to Miles. But this is probably a really bad idea. So I'll take responsibility if he doesn't, but I'll still bug him. I know I'm seeing him Friday. For a little while, we watch anime movies every couple weeks together. And last time I let him pick all the movies. So this time I'm like, no, we're watching this one, because then I bought for like $8 on Amazon. And he's finally like, fine. So it's my turn now. And yes, he's the one I first watched I Want to Eat Your Pancreas with, which I highly recommend if you like anime or do not even know much about anime. It is a very interesting story. My friends who have watched I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, please do not tell anybody the plot. You can, though, sum up your emotion in one word from that movie for the rest of the audience to convince them to watch this movie. I hate that you can only get it on Right Stuf for like $40. If that. But it is very good. It is definitely in my top 10 non-Studio Ghibli anime films. And my friends like to rub it in my face as that's how I introduced Adult Girls Anime Club, is with this film. Oh, Sammy, you're fine. You're fine. He won't remember unless you tell him, so it's okay. All right, friends. Well, like I said, hope everybody's being safe. I'm officially on Easter break, so that makes me happy. Yay! I've got my Easter or spring break planned pretty much to the minute, because that's how I roll. So I'm finally playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I give myself between 2.5 hours a day to play. Yes, Sam, maybe you'll never forget I won't teach your fingers. Okay, Alicia, get a good thing too. Items you will need: box of tissue and stuffed animal of your choice. I think you girls bonded very quickly after that movie. For some of you not really knowing each other. So nice. But yes, so I'm playing Pokemon. Arceus, I was really getting mad at the controls on the first day because there's really different from normal Pokemon games. But I'm liking it so far once I finally got used to the controls. I get attacked a lot because I'm not good with the holding like 4 buttons out at once between like the camera and the focusing and the swiveling and the battling and all that stuff. But once I do complete the story mode, I will definitely do a review on it on my website. I still need to do Shining Pearl because I did technically finish the story arc on that. I don't know, guys. Gen 4 has just never been my favorite. When I played it originally, my version glitched. And then by the time I went back and played Platinum, which is definitely the better of the 3, I will say that. Even a lot of people I talked to. I didn't care for it, even though I was older. And then I went back and I'm like, okay, this is fresh. So I'm finally playing Pearl the way it's supposed to be. And I'm just not a big fan of the Sinnoh region, I guess. So I still like Pokemon. I still played it, but Sinnoh Gen 4 is probably my least favorite. I am excited about Violet and Violet and Scarlet. I'm definitely excited about that. Yes, Lacey agrees with me. Yes. Yeah, I'm fine with the hardcore gaming, Lacey. For me, I just don't like. I'm not good with like holding so many controls. Like even in Kingdom Hearts, a franchise I've played for 20 years on basically the same controller for the main series games, because PlayStation controllers are basically identical, no matter what generation it is. I still get confused and everything, but because they keep adding more mechanics. But I am excited for Kingdom Hearts 4. When that ever comes out, I wish Sora's hair was still a little more spiky, but I'm not that sad that the clown shoes are gone. I know it lasted 20 years. We show for a proper funeral, but the clown shoes are gone. I hope they stay that way. Yes, Joe, I did. Yes. I celebrated the Kingdom Hearts 20th anniversary with a cosplay of my own. I did a closet. I actually have drawings I did back in middle school of my own Princess Hoshi, my OC, in different costumes for each of the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 1, where you have to change costumes. I even did like some cutscene costumes. So, I'm not an artist, guys, but you know, I'm kind of proud of them, but I've never shown them to anybody. So they're in my drawer. I was hoping if people liked my video enough on Instagram, I mean, I got views, but I only got 1 like technically, then I would like actually show everybody my character doodles. And then maybe if people thought my character sounded semi-interesting enough with the alternate reality, and like a different 7th Princess of Heart, then I could tell you guys like the whole backstory. And remember, I wrote this between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. So I didn't know any of the plots after that. And some of the things I would have to change because of how the story lays out. But some of it actually would kind of work with how they did the story all the way up to the Melody one, the Melody and Memories game that I played over when I got COVID last year. So yes, kitty. So I don't know if you guys are interested in seeing my doodles from my original character from Kingdom Hearts. Let me know. Maybe I'll put it on Patreon. I don't know. You got a lot of people don't respond to my Patreon, so I'm like, do people even care that I have a Patreon? I mean, you guys do, and I love you all. And I'm so grateful for the support, but I'm like, I just don't want to take your money. I want to make sure it's worth your while. Lacey says yes to doodles. Okay, so that's 1 vote for Kingdom Heart doodles. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'll post something on Patreon or Instagram or something. I thought for my closet cosplay that I threw together, because I knew in my head what I wanted to do, but I couldn't find the shorts I wanted for the life of me, and that took half my time, and I had to go cook the sweet egg omelet for our Hanami girls meeting and gyoza, and I'm just like, I only have 20 minutes to do this, and I didn't mind where it went, the costume. Sorry to show you my disgusting body when I was showing off my sides of my shorts, but that's okay. We're all beautiful, I guess, in our own way. So, any hoosies, yeah. So I like Hoshi a lot. I made her very kind of rebellious, which is not like me at all. But I'm like, well, Sora's like, I love him, but he's kind of a goody two shoes. And this character, like she grew up reading his adventures, and she's the youngest of 7. So she just, and as a princess at that, so she wants to go on these epic adventures. Oh, thank you, Sammy. Yeah, no. I mean, if I get enough interest, if you guys want to, just let me know on here. I won't do it today, but I'll have to dig them out. I also have no. I'm not going to tell you what's in my doodle drawer. I'm not going to tell you what's in my doodle drawer because I went for a phase in middle school and high school, like when I got obsessed with anything, which is usually anime. And that's when anime was, very new to me. And, I was latching on to these just beautiful series. I made OCs, or I would design my own battle costumes or alternate versions of costumes, plots and stuff like that, like alternate plots. And I have a big old folder or 2 in a notebook. I vaguely know where it's at. We just have to dig it out. Because I organized all that stuff last year when I had to get a new desk. But yeah, it's all there. So, because again, they're not good, but I'm proud of them. I know my artist, my friend Susie, who does the covers and the Chubby bookmarks for my series and stuff. I was like, here's what I want. Make it good. And she just smiles and goes, okay. I'm sorry, they're bad. She goes, no, they're cute. And I'm like, Susie, don't give me that garbage. You know what I say when my kids give me like a random crumpled up piece of paper, and I'm like, this is a flower that shows my undying love for you. And I'm just like, oh, it's cute. Like, I know that trick, Susie. Don't pull the elementary teacher cute on me. But my problem is I add too much detail, and not that it can bombard Susie, but she's just like, if I crammed it all in there, it would just like blow your mind, Kitty. You're ready. You're okay. Just scoot over a little bit. So it would just blow your mind. So she has to teach me how to minimalize. Which if you've seen my apartment or any of my office tours, which I need to do a new one probably this summer before I go to Knoxville. Yeah. Then I'm not good at condensing. I'm like, if there's why, I don't want it. I don't want it. Are you laughing at socks, Lacey? Yeah, she's funny. Yeah, she's something. She was scared of the storm. Like, she wouldn't admit it, but like, Derek's her favorite. Like, she loves me, but Derek's her favorite. When we're both home. He was gone to work early, and she was knocking stuff off my dresser as usual, trying to wake me up, and I'm groaning like, cat, let me sleep good. And that's why I finally fed her food, and she like made the weirdest like sound. And I'm just like, are you a Pokemon now? Like what was that? I've never heard that battle cry before. So I fed her, and I went and did a really cool assignment for Geeky Cool that I can tell you guys about. I'm working on it this week. And worked on my next manuscript a little bit because I want to get that the one half section done, and then start the other half section. Then we'll just kind of like fusion summon them together, Yu-Gi-Oh style. But anyway, so once I started thundering, though, Socks like jumped up on the bed while I was doing my research, and then she like got on my lap, and then she made a real quick nest in Derek's blanket after 20 minutes, and and then she just laid there, and every time I got up for like the next 2 hours until Derek came home, she kept like, where are you going? Where are you going? And then I'd come back and she'd be like, oh, okay. I'd fall asleep. It was really cute. Your cats are so well behaved, Sammy. Like when you play with them, I'm just like, I don't want to play with Socks like that. Julie said she's going to try to interact. Yay, Julie. I love you guys. I hope you know that. And again, I appreciate the support and everything. Oh, that's so cute, Lacey. The kitty must be talking. Well, like Pikachu has his own language. Like, they've dissected how he says, Ash, Togepi, Misty, Brock, Dawn, May. How he says their names and everything. Or she. I think they confirmed Pikachu is a girl. Not just because of the voice actors, but I'm pretty sure they confirmed that eons ago. But, oh yeah. So, anyway, do you guys want to know about my research project? And then we can start talking about writing for just a little bit. I'm glad you guys don't mind me rambling and have questions. Yeah, Sammy, see, Socks can be a love bug when she wants to be, but that's the thing. She don't want to be too often. Or it's usually Derek. This is like, here's my new music shirt I got. I showed it in a video. It's got that little flare thingy. So I'll definitely have to wear an undershirt. But I figured you guys it's okay. My friend made this. So she takes old spoons and then she puts like scrapbook paper and charms and stuff and then puts like a gel over it so it stays secure. And then lets it dry. So this is Music Fiend one. I haven't worn these in a while. I think I've got 3 of them. I got this one. I've got a blue one that has like Victorian writing on it. And then I've got a butterfly one that I like to wear around lupus, which next month or May is Lupus Awareness Month. So I'll be wearing either a lot of purple or butterflies. So you'll probably be seeing lots of posts I've been doing the past 3 years. So if you get sick of it, I apologize. If you have, I want to support anybody who is fighting for something for themselves or for someone they love. So if you have something, let's look up the month or celebrate it the month, and we don't have to draw attention to it, or I'd be happy to just to wear that color, or maybe if it doesn't have a special color or symbol, we can make one up together and wear it for you and give resources out to people. Because I did find out that March was Hemophilia Month, which I also have. And I was like, oh, I missed that. So I did find a shirt that combines lupus and hemophilia. Like me. I guess it's me. That's my shirt. Not like exactly, but it works out the way it's supposed to. So I'm definitely going to be wearing that sometime during May's Lupus Awareness Month. I don't want the Patreon theme, though, to be Lupus Awareness Month because I'm going to be shoving it down people's throats. I'll have to find something fun to do. Already got some summer plans and other things. So I lost track for a second. I'm sorry. I think Pikachu's a girl, Joe. Yeah. I mean, Pikachu can be whatever you want him to be. I'm not going to judge you. Because remember, there wasn't the gender difference with the tails in the first 2 or 3 generations. So it's plausible. And remember the baby Pikachu in the first season, then later in Johto, Pichu came out. So that kind of threw that theory out the window. So yeah. Thanks, Mom. Yeah, I like it. It was only $16 at Hot Topic, which isn't bad. But I like the shoulder cut, so it gets a little appeal. But, I can wear it in public and not worry about it, as long as I have an undershirt, because it technically does cover my shoulder and everything. So, yeah. Ugh. Shirt adjusting. But I really want to tell you guys about my project for Geeky Cool, but I don't want to brag about it. So, okay, we'll just move on. Okay, so I did do I think we'll start with the 3 short stories that I did not get to read to you guys. I did it last time. It was like Sarah and Julie and Andy and Alicia. We finished one of the stories, and then I read another one that I did. They slowly started getting a little darker, and I didn't do that intentionally. But I thought I would read what I had in case you didn't read it or see it or anything like that. Oh, I didn't do 2 poems. I did a fill in the blank Google that came out yesterday. it was interesting. My favorite one was the book cover. I've always wanted to do one of those. So I did a randomizer on my Goodreads and I took out the manga, which that was hard because that was like half the list. But then these were books I had to actually own and not have like checked out or borrowed. So that was a little tricky too. But I let the chips fall where they were. I just had to adjust a couple things because like maybe the book was somewhere else or maybe I couldn't find it and I did sneak one of my books in there. So sorry. But I like the flow of it. I thought it turned out really well. So that's also on the Patreon, which I'm on right now. So you either click the photo and read it that way, or I typed it up in case you don't like reading sideways. And then I just went for Sonic Day, Kingdom Hearts Day. There's a lot of holidays. I did birthday because in April I have a lot of people who have birthdays. Then I did Google fill in the blank. I tried doing the Get Lucky, but it only really worked one time. Every other time it took me to Wikipedia and I was like, this is not what I want. So I made a poem for my results on that, just from random words I liked. I'm like, let's type dream and see what it feels like. So obviously that was kind of a hit or miss, but that's something to try. You guys want to try that? I'm also doing favorite poet Friday or favorite poems Friday. There's 4 Fridays in April. So my first one had to be my favorite poet of all time, Robert Frost. Look at him when he's young. Gosh, he is dashing. Oh my goodness. I always forget because I always see the pictures of him with, the cute little white old man hair. But when he's young, I'm just like, I was born the wrong time. I'm kidding. I love Derek. Oh, someone else that I'm like, if I was in the right time period, Robert Redford, guys. Oh my goodness. He was just so debonair. He has just like this gentleman look about him and like him as Gatsby. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Gatsby is my favorite classic novel, but I do love all the versions, like purely and honestly. So anyway, I'm getting distracted again. Short stories. They're down here. Birthdays. I got the schedule. Yeah, it was hard to kind of find some themes. Oh, I need more people to show me their nudes, guys, which is what we did for National Noodle Day on March 20th. So you got a picture of you eating noodles. I have Sam, Amber, Alicia, and Sarah's on here. I didn't get one of me eating noodles. Honestly, I forgot. I got a picture of my noodle bowl. And then, of course, I did a birthday post for Simba. Here we go. Okay. This one's not too bad. It kind of leaves an open interpretation. I know, Robert Redford. Mom and I don't always agree on actor taste, but there's a couple people. And that's one of them. It's Robert Redford. Yes, noodles. I'm glad you guys like the ramen shop. The Nudo. Okay, so the prompt on this one, and if you guys have your own submissions and you want to share them with the group, if you've been writing poetry or just like a quote or working on something. Now, I said send me your nudes, Joe, but it was NOODS. I was being punny. Okay. Can we handle like 16 plus content on here tonight? Because I've got some stuff in here in these short stories. If you can't handle it, Joe, like I will bleep it out or change the bad words to kumquats or something just for you. So I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable, but a lot of you funded Hunter and Bringer audiobook. And if anybody's read anything about Hunter and Bringer, it's definitely 17 plus. Because Val cusses like a sailor when she needs to. And Jeremy has no filter. He says whatever he wants. And I typed it and I would go back later and I'm like, what was he doing? He took over me again. He's one of those characters I'm just like, yes, Lacey, get your earbuds ready for privacy. Yes, Joe, I don't want to scar your children. I'd rather have someone else scar your children first. And then Auntie Morgan can do it when they get a little older. Oh my goodness. Smart, Lacey. Cake taking care of the Patreon. She can be the rating police tonight. I'm teasing, Joe. Okay. So this one was a little fun thing I found on Pinterest. It was a writing challenge. And I know you can't read it, but that's the post. It's on March 16th. You can go back and read it, submit your own. Or if you don't want to share it publicly, you can share stuff with me privately. I'd be happy to look at it. We're all here for each other, guys. Okay. It says you have a unique ability. When wearing someone else's clothes, you change into this person. You collect appearances by buying clothes in secondhand shops, but up to now, it was just a game for you. Then you find something very special. Okay. All right. So here is my short story, My Socks, for that theme. All right. Get your snapping fingers ready. I know that's poetry, but it's poetry month. Or you can be dead crickets and boo me. That's fine too. Okay, so here we go. The sunshine brilliant hued walls covered in rainbow hand-printed daisies were my home. The chiming of the bell as I swung it open making me beam. I skipped to the used clothing section in time with the Bee Gees album blaring, humming the tune as I sifted through all the forgotten treasures. My checkered caramel brown newsboy hat was bobbing and almost hitting the disco beads dangling in random spots in the resale store, hips and hearts. Peggy, nice to see you, girl. I heard my name being summoned in a friendly tone. I turned to the warm face of the owner, greeting me kindly as usual, the fringe of the sleeves of my brown suede and leather jacket whirlwinding. The vibe was just right in the world. With the spring in my step, I slid the hangers of the clothes, relics and wonders of other times. Then a wool military jacket that was shaped for a female caught my eye. The buttons were dull but authentic for the era of the 40s. Mischievous grin of delight and discovery crawled up my face. I snatched a lovely and went to the lava lamp-tinted curtains used for the changing room. A full-length antique mirror was there to greet me. I took off my personal jacket to transform into someone else with this new attire. Literally. Here we go, I whispered, thrilled, and like magic as the military apparel slid over my skin, warm tingling ran up my arms. A cloud of gold dust swirled around me. Once it cleared, the face and body in my mirror was not my own, not Peggy. Yet, that was not my surprise. I had been born with this incredible power to change into the appearance of the person's clothes I am wearing, becoming them in appearance. Yet the adorable chestnut bob with curls on the end, lush rose-red patty lips, and clear blue eyes and a slightly shorter than my body was all too familiar. And blinking in time with her, I felt I was transported to another reality instead of time like I expected. Grandma? Da, da, da. Oh, I inspired those disco beads, Mom, after the ones on my curtain. Inside my curtains that I had in my room. So there's a twist. I like doing twist endings in short stories. I think my favorite twist ending is still in my Fallen Stardust story, To Bear a War, which is about a Japanese soldier in World War II. That has some like fun, almost supernatural mystery, but it's also historically accurate, at least like the weapons and stuff. I did a lot of research on that. And like where these soldiers were located at the time of the war. So, all right. So you can boo me if you want, but that's my submission for the power you had if when you put on used clothes, you could change appearances for that person. So yay, that one was pretty tame, but they slowly are going to get a little darker. Okay, this one was really fun too. Again, if I'm boring you guys, you're not going to hurt my feelings. Just let me know. I'm trying to figure out what you want while still staying with the firm. Can't talk tonight. Okay, so it says, one day in class, you decide to scream something in your head to catch mind readers. As you do, you see your crush flinch. Oh, thank you, Alicia. That's so sweet. All right, this one has some words in it, so not terrible, but they're high schoolers, and the girl, with the abilities is stressed out, so there's going to be some words. Okay, so again, Lacey's got her earbuds ready. Oh, thanks, Mama. I'm not sure if I'll continue it. I'm not sure if I'll continue any of these, to be honest. I'm not allowed to make another collection for like 10 years because that's what I promised my publicist. I've done 3 in less than like 8 years, which for someone who's not like a poet laureate, or like that's not my specialty is poetry or short stories. That's a lot. And poems and short stories really don't sell that well unless you're just super established in other things first. So makes sense. But I still like doing them for fun. Okay, so here we go. So psychic person screams something mentally in her head to see if anyone notices, and her crush flinches. That is the theme. So that's actually like a little writing prompt I got on Google, I believe. All right, here we go. Here's how it starts. Crap it all. The skin on my arms prickled, boiling like magma under the crust of the earth. A vice gripped my chest, power coiling around it. An ice spear sliced into my brain for a split second, enough to make me freeze in my place at the doorway of the classroom. Numbness screamed from my fingertips that had been absentmindedly holding my books. Everything was dull around me, the light drowning out. One of the head cheerleaders huffed near my neck, making me snap out of my shock just enough to let her squeak forward. The snobbish look gifted to me gave me the courage to squish down my shock, replacing it with annoyance. Snorting out steam, my legs felt like rusted rods as I robotically ventured to my seat. I hated this feeling that I wasn't alone, wasn't the only one. Once I was comfortable in my fourth period science class surroundings, the voices flooded in, little electric jolts in my brain entering with each trickle. Man, I'm so hungry. Shit, do we have homework? I wonder what bra size Jenny is, the fox. Oh, Mario, you dickwad. Doesn't he know Jenny stuffs her cup? I am so much better. Should I evolve my gloom into a Vileplume or a Blossom? Soon, taking a cool intake of breath, the thoughts of my peers I hear all the time went to a mumbling roar of a waterfall in the background. The teacher came in, her thoughts rambling at an 100-mile-an-hour minute about cows, not much different from the southern fast-paced drawl that she was speaking now, the two meshing into a chaotic thump in the middle of my noggin. Still, the sensation that washed over me when I first entered the classroom was still buzzing inside my ears, pumping through my ribcage, goosebumps tickling my limbs. I rarely got this feeling, and it made me uncomfortable. Another mind reader was close by me. As the clock ticked, counting down the hour, the uneasiness intensified, booming louder into my brain. Have they always been here? The newest student had still been here for a few months. The unknown caused fear, which led to borderline enragement. I tried to keep my thoughts and emotions at bay. My father and mother had trained me how to do that with their abilities. Mind readers can block their thoughts from others with our gifts, but it takes practice and concentration. A foul taste of metal hit my tongue, storm clouds stuffing into the crevices of my head, lightning finding every crack. The chills on my skin itched, seared, nearly ached. I wanted to look around, but it was a gamble. Yet I was about to burst at the seams. I hate those first encounter feelings until you get used to the other's energies. I might have to bleep this line. I forgot. I just put something random here. Okay, here we go. When the clicking of the mechanical pencil rammed into my ear, I started having enough. Fine. I'm Melinda. I'll smoke him out. I stuffed kumquats off my butt. I bellowed, and my head shrilled in my ears, 1 row and 4 chairs behind me. An icy feeling of pure surprise injected into my tense shoulders. No, not him. How can he be the one? Why have I never sensed him until now? Afraid, I turned my head, my mouth agape enough to attract flies. There, barely lifting his head from his desk, having challenges from his slipping, was the most stunning boy I knew. Gorgeous, creamy olive skin, moss green eyes that encompassed nature, sweet patty lips, and wavy black hair that was worthy of a dream. A tender voice and a kind heart the few times I was lucky enough to speak to him. The only one who reacted to my mind-reading outburst was my crush, Artemin. All right, so there's that. I actually set the classroom scene in that one in my head as the same classroom I do in Spirit Vision, the first one. So if you guys are from Farmington and know anything about Spirit Vision and what that's based on, it's the same classroom. Probably not in this, well, I guess it could be the same universe, maybe mind readers. But anyway, that one was fun to do. I don't know why when I think of random stuff, I always put the word kumquats in because I love that word. Just like, oh, kumquats. So it's kind of my bleeping word. I have other ones too, but they're always food. And that's why Starry in the book series always curses with food, like when she's upset, because she's so goody goody. And I'm like, that was me in high school. And that's me now when I'm with my students. So there's that one. Hopefully you didn't hate it. I don't know if that would be good enough for another story. I like to continue it. But I had fun thinking of the names. I don't remember how I found Ardaman, but I was just like, that's such a cool name. And all my names mean something. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Did anyone catch my nerd reference? That one was really fun. Here I hear like the normal jocks, like mentally like jealous and like judging each other about physical stuff. And then I had the one nerd. Thank you, Lacey. Okay, so my last one is definitely the darkest. And actually, this is kind of based on a fan fiction I wanted to do back when I first got married, when Derek and I watched Black Butler together, the anime. Okay, raise your hand emoji or cheer emoji if you've seen Black Butler. Yes. Yes, how would you evolve your gloom, Lacey, Joe, any Poke nerds? Would you do the Vileplume or the Blossom? That was my nerd reference. And I did that reference because Derek used to sneak his Game Boy math class, apparently, back in high school. I didn't. A friend told me that. He did that. Sarah's seen Black Butler. All right. We all love the Basset. Oh, Basset. So it's the same universe. And my character would have, I think, met with CL eventually. You know, if I was awesome and got to be Blossom, that's a good choice. Josie Black Butler got to be a writer or something. So I based this off of her backstory because I just thought that the writing challenge, I believe I also found on Google, was just too perfect to go with it. So I kind of revived a fan fiction idea for this original story. And I described that in the post too. It's my March 30th post. Okay, you can go back, all you patrons, and look at them. Okay. So it says, this is not my job. This is the exact opposite of my job, screamed the Grim Reaper as the human went into labor. I'm like, ooh. All right. This one definitely, I don't think it really has language, but it's just dark. But if you know anything about Black Butler, it's dark. Mom, since you probably don't know much about Black Butler, it's about this boy who makes a contract with a demon to serve him until he gets revenge for the death of his parents. And in exchange, at the end of the conquest, the demon gets to eat his soul. And the demon Sebastian is simply one hell of a butler. That's his catchphrase. He's good at everything, including good looks. That's part of his charm. And he serves as the butler for his person he has a contract with. And it goes way beyond that, but that's like how the show is supposed to be perceived. It started, and then it builds up from there. And I don't know how many volumes it is now. I can't keep track anymore. Okay, so here we go. So here's my Black Butler inspired universe story about if the Grim Reaper had to help a woman in labor. I was cursed since birth. My whole family has been for generations, but I was gifted with the worst of it. I kept my outlook sunshiny, although I was looked over my shoulder. I helped others, focused on my blessings, but there was always a little gray cloud over me at all times, debris falling down me at the most random times. Still, I had my family. Times were hard. We had the rarest of problems, yet still we had each other. So when I met a gentle boy, one that adored me, one my cursed but lonely giving heart could cherish with all my soul, I figured even those hecks could have a treasure given to them by God. We enjoyed 4 years together, from shy courting to tender engagement and planning our simple but full of compassion wedding. His light outshone the storm I was forced to live under. However, it came crashing down, out of my view, away from my embrace. During a downpour and the road flooding, the Model T blinded by the heavenly oh my gosh, the Model T blinded by the heavenly tears. Darkness shielded the vision of my love as the wheels spun through the mud, the metal beast embedding into a tree over a cobblestone bridge. My light was drowned out and entangled with the gears of the modern carriage that became his death trap, which took him away from me. I did not have time to mourn, for as the guilt bubbled up and consumed me, disaster ensnared me in its thorny vines. My family lost their home in a tornado. My elder brother was shot. We were near starving, and my mother was gravely ill. Then my little brother went missing after a heist outside of town. The sky was black, suffocating. I felt I was outside my body, watching this nightmare from a window. Silent sobs forming down my cheeks, but no sound was coming out. It dawned on me. I was the cause. I was the most cursed. Maybe I could make a deal. If I was gone, then maybe my family would be okay. With this drive, I bolted into town, chained me. I started yelling like a mad woman for the Keeper of Death, challenging him, trying to summon him. He took so much from me. He owed me that. After a frantic adventure for 2 hours, a blood-curdling scream appeared from a side street. I sprinted over. Behind a burning trash bin was a woman, water and blood under her, a very pregnant belly eager to get out. Cindy? The voice broke weakly, her glazed over eyes trying to see me. Crap. Of course, it had to be my teenage cousin, about to have a baby in a gutter alley, barely breathing. I bent down, squeezing her hand and encouraging her to hang on. A contraction ripped out of her, making her yell. This is not my job. This is the opposite of my job. A panicky tenor voice puffed beside me. In all his shaded glory, the Grim Reaper himself was kneeling beside me, his ebony cloak steeped in rainwater. It was trying to plaster against his face, which shook my core. It truly was a skull. The hands and fingers that reached outward towards my shaking cousin were bone, and they moved oddly, unclear of what to do. I grabbed his arm with all my strength, feeling the solid bone through it, the sensation almost making me sick. Still, I squared my jaw. You are not going to let them die. You owe me. You owe my family. I will take the place of our curse with anything you want. Just save her and the baby now, then we can make a deal. Without eyes, the blank stare he gave me was stunned, trembling. I have never taken servants or contracts before. Those are the devils and demons. I collect souls. Besides, I cannot just take your life. But I am cursed beyond measure. You know how much you have taken from me and my family. Make me your first servant. As long as my family is safe, I do not care what happens to me. Now, she's going to push. We are going to get this new light of life into the world. With that, my cousin brought our newest little cursed family member, but she was breathtaking, smiling with bright hope. Tears ran down my cheeks. An officer came by and grabbed Mama and infant to take them to the hospital, not noticing my skinless companion beside me. I turned confidently for the first time, it radiating off me. With his scythe as a cane to help lift him, we were level to level. With the wiggle of his fingers as he pointed to my chest, red sunburst came from his palm and went, oh my gosh, this sentence is terrible. Hold on. With the wiggle of his fingers as he pointed at my chest, red sunburst went from the palm of my hand to the front of my face. There we go. I felt lighter, stronger, and not welcomed anymore. I couldn't figure out what I was trying to say. We're still in the rough draft phases. Once the spots cleared, the Grim Reaper lowered his hand. The silence, the loudest and the most profound contract ever signed. His voice was shy and gravely as the rest of my existence began to turn. Your existence is still a part of the living, but your clock has reset. With this, your family has been restored, but you never existed in it. They will never remember what you had. As the years go on, you will become younger in body, although your mind will progress as it naturally should mature, dying as an infant in exchange for the one you have saved. Finally, you will be my assistant, inspecting souls between life and death, stealing objects that unbalance the universe with too much holiness or too much evil. That is the deal. We will figure out it together. Before my heart could break that I could realize the impact this made, pure relief filled my weightless body. I lost so much for those I loved more than any part of me. As I nodded and followed the Reaper into the shadow portal, us new to this adventure and partnership, all I could think about was what would happen to me next. All right. So there's that. So I've got like a family curse and a Grim Reaper and like a Benjamin Button kind of situation in there. You know, I remember you buying them, Mom. I didn't know if you actually knew what the plot was about. So ooh, scary. All right. So again, thank you guys for listening to me babble about that. I just wanted to share those. And again, I kind of want to share the poem. Just the book cover poem. But again, if I'm boring you, you can just thumbs down me or say, "Be quiet, Morgan." I'll go, okay. So. Oh no, Julie needed the link. I'm sorry, Julie. Oh, thank you guys. I guess I could continue that one. I would just have to not have any Black Butler stuff in it, obviously. But let me go ahead and send Julie the link real quick. Oh, 20th catchiest cartoon fans of all time. Oh, Scooby-Doo's on the opening. Yeah, I might have to watch that one, Mom. See what Scooby-Doo is ranked. All that fun stuff. Okay, so is there any of the three, like, honestly, you guys think I could continue as a short story or interested you enough to be a short story? If not, it's not going to hurt my feelings. Like I said, since I really pushed myself for the Kickstarter because I wanted to thank you guys, since a lot of you guys, are my biggest supporters in so many ways, not just financially, just of my heart and of my works and that my creativity, and that means more than I can ever express. So I thought I'd push myself and do Writing Wednesdays. I didn't realize there was 5 Wednesdays in March. But that's okay. That's okay. And it says I'm live here. So send that to Julie real quick. The first one. Yeah. I figured, some people might like the darker stuff. Some people might like the more historic. Some people might like just sweet stuff. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Aw, thanks, Alicia. That means a lot. Oh, Julie. Okay, hopefully she'll get it. Like I said, I'm not sure. I am going to eventually go back to Spirit Vision once I finish this last manuscript for Hunter and Bringer. I'm going to take a little bit of a hiatus just to rest for about 2/3 of a year, at least, maybe a year. I'll still do my websites and, dabble in writing just to stay practiced. And of course, I'll be helping with audiobooks, editing, and like stuff like that. But then after that, I need to finish Spirit Vision. And then after that, I'll figure something out. I got a couple ideas swirling in my head. Just got to find the time and the energy and the motivation and the interest. And hopefully people will not mind them. Because like I said, if I did every idea I ever had, I'd probably have 100 books, which is a lot. I wonder what author has the most books. Like, honestly, I have thought about that. You want to know my top 12 favorite authors, though? Geeky Cool, I actually did a list, and I listed all the series that I've read by them or knew them from. So it's my top 12 favorite authors of all time. Not books, but like authors. So they've had, I consider I had to have read at least 3 of their books, 3 to 4, for them to be considered like a favorite author and everything. So let me find that poem real quick. Also, if you like Robert Frost, I picked 2 poems there. I should have Sorry, my neighbors are screaming, like they're playfully screaming. My neighbors sometimes do the weirdest crap. Can't wait. What can you not wait for, Joe? Manuscripts or more stories in the future, or audiobooks, or me quit talking? I just like messing with people. Okay. Yeah, so I recommend you guys, even if you aren't a poet, okay. So yeah, but like grab like maybe 10 books that you have, like your favorite books. I had to make sure it was only one per author because I could have easily just done like Laurie McDaniel books, which that could be another fun challenge. I might do a manga one too one day. As long as they don't have like 16 words in their title. I'm getting so sick of that. But anyway, so this is the order that the universe 85% of the way chose, and I just added a few different things. So this is my book cover poem for this year. I'm definitely going to do this every year, I decided, for Poetry Month because I absolutely loved it. All right. So here we go. This is quick because it's a poem. Audiobooks. Yes, 11 Laurie McDaniel. Joe's like, you don't have to write anymore as long as you get audiobooks. I'm teasing. I don't know. Like, I try to read people and what they want, and then sometimes I'm wrong. And I'm just like, okay. All right, here's my poem. I heart you, you haunt me, Cleopatra's moon, blushing the fiery heart, the tyrant's tomb, the Tsarina's daughter lost in love, forgotten immortal heart, she died too young. The power of mortals ever after, a million words with you, heart to heart. The grim legacy, midnight sun, devoted out of my mind, dearest the crowned. I love how it rhymed the first half. I did not plan that. So there's definitely a story here. And I dig it. I really dig it. So it was a lot of fun to do. I really enjoyed that. The fill in the blank one might have a meaning too. Again, it's very abstract. But I feel like it's like describing beauty with nature. Joe, I would love if that was my job to read to you. If I got decent pay and benefits from it, I would read to you all day, hon. Or to anybody, I guess. I did find out the best job I want. I didn't even know it was a job. So I got to be the handler for Johnny Bosch. The second handler, I was like line control / information / trafficking. Like, that sounds terrible. Controlling the traffic in the hallway. And the main thing, taking pictures. So it was a lot of work. But it was a lot of fun. I absolutely adored it. And I was talking to the guy, his main handler, who was with him. I thought maybe because some voice actors I've met have their own handlers that travel with them. Like Jeremy Lee brings her mom, which a lot of the time is just so cute. Or I figured they brought people from Funimation, or things like that. Or I know the con, the head volunteers get first dibs on that, helping with that. So I talked to this gentleman when Johnny was in the restroom, real quick, and he was very nice, and he was very busy, getting packages, getting the money, keeping calculations and profits and stuff. And I asked how long he knew Johnny, because I knew he didn't. The last time I was a handler, everybody there worked for Cape Con, or they were volunteers for Cape Con. This guy was not. And he's like, oh, this is only my third time working with Johnny. It's like, oh, so you traveled with Johnny. And he's like, well, we're in the same agency. And I was like, oh, maybe he's like an up and coming voice actor, or, some kind of creative that he's represented as well. And he said, well, actually, I guess you can say I'm a professional handler. So what they do is, the actors find, these cons, and they'll call me, and I, if I can do it, I will travel with them and, be their handler, like their money person or the picture, or, whatever they need. And I stay in the room or a room close to them and everything, and, make sure all their needs are met. And I was just like, because he said, he gets to do different actors. And I'm just like, I want that job. I want that job so bad. I would kill at that job, guys. And I said, I'm sorry if I'm really peppy. I know I'm bubbly and boisterous. And he's like, no, I love your perky energy. He goes, means I don't have to do it. He's like, I'm glad you're here. Because I told Johnny on Saturday, I said, hey, if you would rather have someone else on Sunday, I didn't want him to. I would have cried. But, again, he was going for a lot. I didn't want to annoy him or the other actors. So I was very politely, trying to give him a way out. And he said, no, you can come back tomorrow. And then the other guy, the professional handler, goes, you're coming back tomorrow. He goes, you're not leaving. I was like, okay. So it was really fun. So, but man, being a professional handler for voice actors, and I assume they paid for your ticket and all that stuff. Man, I dig it, yo. That'd be a fun way to travel. I mean, because Johnny was asking about the city, and he's like, what is there to do here? And we told him, they have cool escape rooms that are run by the SEMO college students, and we got a casino and some other stuff. And he's like, yeah, when I go to a con, I go to these really cool cities, but I rarely get to leave the hotel or the convention center, and some places try to plan extra stuff for us, but it's kind of hectic. So I'm like, oh, so, and he left early because of obviously the family situation, but I was trying to give him some hype, and I was telling him cool stuff there is just to do in Missouri in general, because I know he's traveled to Missouri quite a few times in a handful of years I've been doing cons, but he's like, yeah, I don't get to go see anything. I'm just like, he was born in Kansas City. But yeah, is what it is. So I think that's really cool. I do know Jason Narvey and Aaron Cahill when they were there last year in October. They haven't seen each other 4 years, and they gave each other a big hug, and it was so sweet. So they actually got to have, there's a really nice restaurant in the hotel, which I didn't know about. They actually set aside an hour for them, hour and a half, to have a private date, lunch date together, as they could catch up. And they were just so happy, and it was really sweet of KCON to do that. No, you're good, Alicia. Yeah, I'm gonna probably sign off too. I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Oh, and Sarah and Alicia and all my otaku girls. I found our poems we did last Valentine's Day right before my gallbladder surgery, and I never finished because I couldn't think of another O and N anime or character that I liked. Because what we did is you spell your first and last name, and then you put either the name of an anime, manga name, or anime or manga character. But once you use that franchise, I think I cheated. I did Minako, which is Sailor Venus's true identity, and I did Neo Queen Sarah. Oh, I cheated. Well, you know what? Other than that, listing Sailor Moon twice, which technically Sailor V can be its own thing because it has a short manga span, but it has a manga. Aw, thank you, Joe. That means a lot. Thanks for your support and being so awesome. So if anybody can think of a good O or N anime or manga or anime manga character that that would go well with this, that would be great. So I've got Sailor Moon, and I've got Oron, and I've got Tutu. I got My Love Story, Pokemon, Card Captors, Merman, which is a manga, Inuyasha, Cat Returns, and Fruits Basket. So, I really like Assassination Classroom. I could do Nagisa for In. Yay! I thought of one. Nagisa. And I got to meet Nagisa. Now I just need another O, because my first O for Morgan is Oron, and I have an O in Comnic. I don't have an O in Strawn, too. I'm doing like an acrostic name poem. Oh gosh, like in August or September on Geeky Cool. It's my full name, but it's with movies. Like if I was stranded on a deserted island and could only have movies that were acrostic poem for my full name, which I'm like, when is that gonna happen? But whatever, you know, what would they be? And they can be series, but Strawn's killing me because there's so many extra vowels. I'm just like, unless it's the word A, because I could cheat a lot. It's really hard to find movies that start with vowels, like obsessively. So, anywho, well, guys, I hope you had fun. I hope you didn't mind listening to me rant. I'm glad that we can have fun together, like always. So I will let you guys know the next monthly Q&A in May for everybody. Thanks again for... Oh, Julie couldn't get on. Tell her to watch it later. I read my Black Butler. Butler inspired short story. Not input. She loves her Sebastian. Okay. I think I need to go to bed and drop everything. But you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the support. Kickstarter, Patreon, social media, of course, in my life. You're all beautiful, dazzling, shining stars, and I cannot wait to see what more plans we have. Please check out Poetry Month on Patreon. You can learn about some of my favorite poems. You can see some of the poem challenges I did. I think I got most of the holidays already because a lot of them were in early April. But there's some fun holiday posts because I promised you guys holiday posts. And I need to get back into that. I was going to check the time real quick for my $10 tier, my Shining Stars tier, which I think is the last Wednesday. Yeah, no. Wait a minute. I thought it was. It's here somewhere. I didn't put it in my calendar? Am I sick or something? Hope not. Okay, well, we'll just check the master schedule on Patreon. I probably changed it. Oh my goodness, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Yeah, Wednesday, April 27th. So if you're a Shining Star, so the $10 tier, we will first get on the video just real quick. We'll do our group room for Facebook. Joe and my mom get to pick the Facebook games we're playing because they won that drawing. So yay, Mom and Joe. And then we'll figure out how to play games through a Facebook room together. And they have a ton of games. So let's see who's going to make me upset and give me 16 cards in Uno. It'll be fun. All right. Everybody sleep well. Be safe. Know you're beautiful and know that you are loved. And I'm so glad that the world has you, and especially mine. All right. Night, guys. Love you all. Sweet dreams. Toodles.